Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 143rd episode of PandTha Talks.
Hello.
Dear God, what a week. It's been a week since we last recorded. We are keeping to the timetable. We are getting back into the swing of things, which is good. That bit's all fine.
So we realise what we're doing and see that just everything makes us cry.
Yeah, like we had 1 week last week of our return, and we were like, you know what? Really good week. Really enjoyed it. A lot of fun. And then the one game that we were waiting for decides to crumble on us and makes us absolutely tear up.
Yep.
That's pretty good sum up. Yeah. So this week, just to give you a quick rundown of what we'll be covering, there's some Crimson Desert news, which I'm always happy to cover at this point, let's be honest. There's some news about Xbox, who are apparently going to be reevaluating their alignment within the gaming industry. And from the sounds of things, it could be very good news for the industry and for Xbox themselves. Maybe they can fix some of the shitty changes they've made in the last year or two. And actually, yeah, I mean, if they made some reverted changes and improved, I think a lot of people would be happy.
Yeah.
A part of that is apparently Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is officially getting a price cut, but apparently there is a catch on that, so we'll see what that is.
Of course there is.
So there's always a catch to everything, brother. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
Wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced out July 9th, and I'll be showing some footage of that in a little bit, because they released 10 minutes worth of gameplay footage. You know, like how you should do when you're releasing a game. Show some bloody gameplay footage, so that we can make a decision. I'm calling out Rockstar with that statement. Yeah. Then, one thing we do have to discuss, and me and Will are absolutely devastated by, Beyond Sandbox, officially half-released. I can only call it a half-release because the Steam version, after 3 days, is still not out. There is a lot going on with this. There's a lot to discuss. There are possible controversies currently kicking off due to this, which I think is fair to discuss all the alleged points that people have brought up and see what's actually going on. I think, to be honest, that's all we've got, really. There's a little bit of good news for afterwards that seems pretty cool, but we'll see.
Seems pretty cool. Man, my hopes are high.
I don't... Man, just... The Beyond Sandbox news devastated my day, okay? Like, not even my day. It's been my week.
It was terrible news for both of us.
I know. I think it's put us both...
The one thing we were looking forward to.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty fucking much. Like, the only other game I've got for VR that I know for a fact I'm looking forward to is Voxel Sandbox. Or Voxel Project VR, I think it is. Yeah, Voxel Project VR. It's already out, but it basically just no, it must be Voxel Sandbox then. That's coming out at some point. It's literally just murderous voxel carnage, and that looks pretty cool. I think it'll probably outdo it. Anyways, let's get started. Crimson Desert fans have new free download to claim on Steam. That felt weird to say. There we go. Crimson Desert fans can claim Volume 1 of the game's soundtrack free on Steam. Okay, nothing major then. It's got a good soundtrack, to be fair, and the bloody game itself is phenomenal. The one thing I do always, and I think will always be a bit confused about, is why this is a cosmetic item that I can wear, and I see lots of people wearing. It's a pot. There is a reason for it. It allows you to see like certain things that have happened in the past in that location, but it just feels weird. It is. As I said, the game is amazing for its mechanics and the things it does. Its story, on the other hand, very different.
At the best of times.
Yeah. Like, if you're looking for just a really fun game, and even the side quests are actually really good, but the main story you just kind of ignore and just do the missions as and when you do them. But the rest of it's good. Yeah. So, yeah, that was quick. Soundtrack, cool. Happy days. Bless you.
Yeah, so expecting it something a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, but I suppose at the same time, a lot of people charge for the soundtrack, so it's nice enough for them to give it to them. So it's official. Microsoft Gaming is dead and Xbox is back. I forgot I still have that extension on. You know, that transferred to this browser, to this PC without me doing a thing. Starting today, Microsoft Gaming will be no more, and Xbox will return as the brand's central identity. The company has evolved in many ways in recent years, but new leadership is aiming to bring Xbox back to its roots. Early 2026 saw several major shakeups when it came to Xbox leadership. Longtime Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer retired after being in the position for over a decade, and his expected successor, Sarah Bond, left the company alongside him. Bond's departure was one of the most surprising of all, but this opened the door for newcomer Asha Sharma to step in fresh as CEO. Ever since starting her role, many of the changes Asha Sharma has made to Xbox have been well received by many Xbox fans, and her next order of business is to scrap the Microsoft Gaming name for good. Good. Well, to be funny, Microsoft Gaming was a very bizarre choice, I must admit.
Yeah.
So, she wants to bring the brand back to Xbox and make that its major identity, which makes a lot of sense. How she planned to undo these decisions and failures of the past? Well, let's see. Bringing back the Xbox brand comes shortly after Sharma announced that Call of Duty is leaving Game Pass as a day one release.
Maybe nobody care.
No, not at all.
There's gonna be people upset about it, but I mean, it's Call of Duty, man.
Yeah, and on top of that, if it's only coming off day one, when's it going to return? New entities in the popular FPS shooter franchise will now be added to Game Pass around a year after their initial release. Okay, a lot of people are more than happy to wait a year if it means that it's not going to cost them anything extra. Whatever. Yeah. Xbox found itself in hot water last year after hiking up the price of Ultimate Tier to $30 a month, but Asha Sharma just recently decreased the subscription to $22.99 a month. So 23 quid. What was it at prior to that?
What was it before? 30, probably?
I think before this it was 30. Before that, yeah. I think it was 20.
So we're almost down to what it was.
Yeah. $3 increase over the years, I don't see as horrific. I still find it questionable at best that all this happened, but hey ho. Yeah. There are also rumours that customizable Xbox Game Pass plan might be in the works. Claims as bold as these should definitely be taken with a grain of salt, but it would just add another huge change to Game Pass if true. Xbox's reputation with its audience has been rocky for a while, and Sharma's decisions are clear attempts to try and win back long-time customers. According to the Verge report, the Xbox headquarters have been revamped with messages on the wall that read "Return of Xbox." Okay, why does that matter? She's only been the new Xbox CEO for a few months at this point, but hasn't stopped her making surprising changes to the company. Well, she used to be the head of AI. What do you think about the just asking ChatGPT and just going, right, so what would I do to fix the problems of the prior changes?
Hey man, if it works, it works. We don't question that.
Oh yeah, that is true.
We're maybe not a fan of the methods, but you know what? At least we're getting some results that are, good.
No, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, if things are a benefit to the users, what else matters? So what's this catch of the price decrease? So she announced that the price was getting cut, at least when it comes to the Ultimate tier. Okay, so basically the lower tiers aren't being cut, but the rest are. Okay, I'll be honest, I only have a page.
Just the Ultimate?
Yeah, just the Ultimate. I don't know what the lower tiers are, to be honest.
I don't recall too well when we were looking at them, but I do remember that they were pretty abysmal when it came to what perks you got. Yeah.
So, remember how we were talking about all the Call of Duty games will now be like 1 year after initial launch?
Yeah.
Apparently, from looking at this, the beloved FPS series, sure, launching day one on Game Pass has been a big draw for a lot of players, but there also have been some significant downsides. Last year, it was reported that Call of Duty on Game Pass cost Microsoft $300 million in sales. Okay. That is a lot of money to lose.
Yeah, to us, sure. To them?
Well, true. The new decision to lower Ultimate prices aren't too surprising in hindsight. Just earlier this month, a leaked Xbox memo release revealed that she believed that Game Pass is too expensive. True. This is the first major hint at the price change. Yeah, she's completely correct, though. It was way too expensive, especially with everything going on in the world right now and everything that is actually important to people costing an absolute fucking bomb. Why would we pay absolutely out the ass for Xbox Game Pass? Doesn't make sense. So, Ubisoft did a thing.
Is it a good thing, though?
Well, it's a half and half.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's a real half and half, honestly, from the information I've got so far. So, they've revamped Assassin's Creed Black Flag into Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. This is a complete rebuild from the ground up. They even got the original voice actor in for new lines and dialogue because they've added brand new missions and things of that nature, which is cool. That's really good, actually. It's how you should do a remake, in my honest opinion. I'm quite happy with that news. So just to read over, actually, what's new within this. So graphical and technological enhancements. Built from the ground up on the latest evolution of Ubisoft's proprietary Anvil engine used in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ray tracing with global illumination and reflections. Optimized performance with 60 FPS options on consoles. I still hate that about the gaming industry nowadays. We should not be at a point where you only have the option to be at 60 FPS.
We both thought we left that sort of stage a very long time ago.
Yeah. It saddens me. Graphics assets built from the ground up to support micro polygon and physical-based rendering pipelines. Fully modernized water rendering and simulation. This is all nice. It's good to see. New and enhanced features, quests, and stories. Locate and assign new officers to the Jackdaw who bring a special ability to naval combat. Play as has been reworked, offering new rewards, unique encounters on islands across the map. Additional missions and new scenes featuring Matt Ryan, Edward's original voice actor, and the original cast. I'm always happy if you bring back the original cast. More customization options for the Jackdaw, including new skins and all new ship's pets to bring along cats or monkeys as companions while you sail. Rework Kenway's fleet, which allows players to use captured ships to generate passive income, though through rare activities and trading now available in the captain's cabin on all versions of AC Black Flag Resynced. The old shanties are backed, but are joined by a new set of 10 songs for your crew to sing to bellow as you sail. Good. Things that we all quite used to enjoy back in that game. Reworked action-adventure combat featuring new visceral takedowns, new parrying mechanics, quick-fire rope darts and pistol moves, and a new enemy archetype, the Demolitionist. So there's a brand new enemy type to the game as well. These sound like positive changes.
Yeah.
New and enhanced stealth gameplay. Observe mode, which extends Edward's eagle vision. Crouch anywhere lets Edward lower his profile anywhere on land. Dive anywhere means Edward can stealthily approach seafront locations and ships. Shadows and low light.
Did they just add the classic game feature of you crouch anywhere and suddenly you're harder to see?
Yes.
Even if you're dressed in full black in a tundra of snow.
Yes, exactly.
You're just suddenly invisible.
Exactly that.
That'll never get old.
Shadows and low light will affect Edward's visibility during stealth sequences. All these things you'd have expected would have been in there by default. Don't get me wrong, it's an older game, but come on. Rework naval combat.
Honestly, the older games thought of that stuff more.
Yeah, yes they did. Rework naval combat. New secondary weapons have been added to try out in combat, including shrapnel barrels explode and damage enemy sails. 8-pounders open up more weak points in enemy ship hulls. Enemy ships and factions reworked to add different equipment depending on their alliance. Enhanced parkour features, featuring moves like manual jumps, side effects, ejects, height gaining back ejects, and quicker interrupts between parkour moves. Dynamic weather system as well, so it's all going to change as it go. Destructible objects, react to weather and combat. Reworked water physics really brings home the Caribbean. So, yeah, that's the sort of stuff that has changed. Which, it all sounds pretty nice. Then we've also got their minimum max PC specs. So let's see here.
1080 60 FPS is like the bare minimum, personally. Like,
yeah, that's recommended, not minimum.
No, not a hope.
So medium visual lighting preset, standard ray tracing, balanced. You're talking an i5 600K, 4.1 gigahertz, or an AMD Ryzen 5 3600 3.6 gigahertz, a RTX 3060, or a AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT, and that's what that'll give you. If you want
I just find it crazy that they still find 30 FPS like a standard.
Yeah, it's absolutely ludicrous.
It looks awful.
It really
you can
does.
Feel its choppiness.
Yeah, 100%.
But they still like put in specs for it as if they expect people to play it like that.
Yeah. So for 1440p running at high standard ray tracing quality upscaler preset, you need an i5 11600K or a AMD Ryzen 5 5600X, a RTX 3080 or a AMD Ryzen RX 6800 XT. And for extreme settings, running at 3840 by 2160 at 60 FPS, running ultra visual preset, extended ray tracing, quality upscaler, you need a i7 12700K, 3.6 GHz, or an AMD Ryzen 7 5700 X3D, 3 GHz, a RTX 4090 or an AMD RX 7900 XTX, and that'll give you that.
That's quite the jump just to hit 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Suddenly you need 24 gigabyte of VRAM.
You're running at 60 FPS at what I would argue is probably between 2K and 4K. Now let me have a quick nosy here. So it's what? 3840 by...
I mean, 1440 is 2K, right?
Effectively. It's not exactly, but it's close. It's what we would classify as 2K. Yeah, that's 4K, mate. That is 4K. 3840 by 2160. And so
many people have those kind of monitors, right, Roy?
I know one person, literally.
Yeah. Wasn't there like statistics released, and there were so few people that had it? Like, there's such a small percentage.
Yeah, I mean, you got annoyed because there were more people that had 1920 by 1080 than 1440p.
No, I was more annoyed because of how many people had a 3060.
Well, yeah. There's that too. So, if we're talking about cost, actually, let me just quickly read this. PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro versions, there are 3 graphics modes, 60 FPS at performance mode, 30 FPS at fidelity mode, and 40 FPS balance mode. Requires a 120 Hz display.
Yeah, I need that explained.
How do you mean?
If it's only running 40 FPS.
Are you on about because of the refresh rate on it?
Yeah.
It's, from what I understand, it's like a bit of a console trick. You can get it to render quicker, but the FPS stays the same.
It just sounds to me like consoles are still just really pathetic.
Yeah.
I still remember us talking about needing the 30 FPS era for consoles, and yet we seem to have backtracked. Yeah,
I don't think that'll ever change, brother. I really don't. If we're talking costs, standard edition's going to cost €60/dollars. Deluxe edition's going to cost €70/dollars. Collector's edition, if people are insane enough to do this, and I have done it myself for a game in the past, €200/dollars.
Lovely.
Yeah. Always fun.
It's a nice price.
Yeah, there is a pre-order bonus for anyone that decides to do so, and the game does drop on July 9th, which is, I mean, it's pretty nice. It's pretty close considering they've just announced it. Don't get me wrong, everyone knew it was coming, but it's nice that they've announced it. Anyways, I do have something I'd like to show regarding this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab... Yeah, my keyboard's, by the way, is really on its way out now, so don't be surprised if you see multiple input. Resync. There it is. So, I'm going to show you the video that they gave us. I'm going to mute the audio, because there's some graphics comparisons in here that I'd really like you to see. I think they're really nice. I think, actually, they've done really well. Yeah?
You just set that to 1080p, mate.
Yeah, I know. That's because it's running on my old monitor because otherwise I've got to like widescreen it. No point in it to be 1440p on a 1080p monitor. So this is what I mean by graphical changes.
Yeah.
It's very night and day difference, seeing as it's been 13 years in between the fucking games. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's fucking gorgeous what they've done with it. I mean, that I think is like the best fucking change. Looking at Nassau in between. Fantastic. Really good to see.
Kind of, when you look at things like this, so you kind of miss just the simplicity of like the roads that they used to do.
Yeah.
It was just a simple, like, cleanish looking dirt path with some foliage on the side, you know, little plants and stuff. Now it's like sometimes, as nice as things look, you've just got so much crammed into one space. It just sometimes it's like, guys, dial it back.
Yeah, no, I do get that.
It's great that it looks as good as it does, but do we need 5 million blades of grass in this 1 by 1 cubic meter?
Yeah. No, I get it. It's looking really good, though, and graphically, I've got no real complaint. I think it's going to do well in regards to that for a redo, for a remake.
It does feel a little demanding on GPUs.
Yes, very much so.
When we looked at the statistics of like average user specs, you know, the 3060 ain't gonna cut it for this.
No, it's not.
So I think you're going to see a lot of negative reviews just complaining about performance, but that's going to be people that haven't looked at it and seen the requirements like we just looked at.
Yeah, I'd definitely argue so. What I am happy about, they've come straight out with footage. And one of the biggest things is, when you used to like dock in this game, by that I mean go onto an actual island, not just dock like at a outpost, you had a menu screen that you had. They've removed that entirely now. It's seamless.
Nice.
Which, that's a very nice addition. It's also something that I think a lot of people wished was a thing back then, but it just couldn't be done.
I feel like back then it would have been one of those cheeky ways to have the loading screen there.
Exactly.
And that's what that little animation is as well when you're docking, because our systems are so much better and engines are so much better. They only need that short animation and then throw in the rope to pull to hold the boat in to load it all.
Exactly that.
Things have improved immensely over the years.
Yeah. So they've also changed the combat, as you can see here. It's very much a more stylized combat style now compared to how it used to be of you just wiggle your sword repeatedly until someone attacked you and then impale them on the sword. I'm sure you know exactly what I mean when I say that, because we all did it at some point. It was one of those things.
All I remember is just walk up, sticky stab, walk away.
Yeah, that was like the greatest part. But it's good to see that there is some new combat styles. The parkour seems just as fluent as it used to be. Seems like they've added some new changes to it slightly. I think they'll be nice, but they'll take some time to learn, as they usually do. They're usually pretty quick and easy, but we'll see. But yeah, overall, I've got no real complaint. I am very happy with the fact of how they're doing it. My only real issue is that they're releasing it for a full price. I get it, considering it's a complete remake and not just a texture upgrade. I kind of get that, because it's going to have taken a long time for them to make. But at the same time, it does feel like a bit of a kick in the teeth.
Yeah, like, majority of it is going to be old content.
Yeah.
And you're charging full price for that. Like, it's almost be called somewhat of a scummy move.
Yeah, and I suppose on top of that, as you and me discussed earlier, they're removing the multiplayer entirely, which they had prior in the old game, and they're removing the DLCs that used to be in the original version, so that they can do this properly and just focus on the single player aspect of stuff. I kind of get it, but at the same time, I'm like, feels a bit crap. But at the same time, it's good to see that they're doing something that, to be honest with you, the community has been asking for fucking ages. So I'll give Ubisoft its praise here for the first time in a long time. Well done for listening to the fans for once. I'm proud of them for that. I really am. It's good to see. They've clearly put a lot of hard work into it. We'll see what the reviews are like when it releases, because I think that's going to be the real key point. We'll be able to see truly if they've done what they should have done, They've kept to what they've
as I said, I
said.
feel like it's going to be hard to get a full sort of outlook on how people feel about it because there's going to be a lot of negative reviews in there for the performance.
Well, remember Steam's most recent feature that saves us some time in that regard.
Oh yeah.
Whenever we go onto a game and we want to pay attention to what the reviews are like, all we gotta do now is we just see if they've added their review specs. If they are bitching and moaning about how the game runs and they have not added this, I ignore it.
I feel like there's going to be a lot though.
Oh yeah, there probably will be.
That's going to be a lot to like try and filter out.
Here we go. Has an issue with optimization.
I mean, I see as well glitches for preventing progression, which if that's for Cyberpunk, I can understand. That was a very big problem in the game in the early days, but not so much now. So
3rd of April.
Yeah, not so much now, as I said.
No.
So that's, yeah.
23 days ago, but to be fair, mate, he's running an AMD Ryzen 5 5500 and a 2060 Super.
Yeah.
Dude, you are using some old specs there. Anyways, regarding something that me and Will are gutted to talk about.
Very much so.
And I'm pretty sure Will has a lot he'd like to say regarding this one, to be honest.
Is there much to say other than disappointment? And it just, like, it's not certain, but it just feels like they're just lying to us about what's happening.
Yeah, very much so. So, I'm going to read through everything that they've said, and then we're going to discuss some parts that I've heard from people. These are all allegations. Nothing is concrete because no one knows without actual evidence. So, I'm just going to cover what people have mentioned. So, Beyond Sandbox went live, apparently, on the 23rd of April, so 3 days ago now. And they originally posted, grab it right now on Meta.
Yeah. It's only on Meta.
Yeah.
Which is kicking the balls again.
Exactly. Important, we'll be pushing a Meta launch patch in about an hour. Please make sure to update it as soon as it goes live. And then they follow up with, Steam will be available shortly after. We're currently in contact with the Steam team to finalize a few store compliance updates. This should be updated very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, very soon. 3 days later, we're still waiting, by the way, just to cut that bit short. So then they updated the patch for Meta, which included extra PvP features and game mode fixes. New content, tons of improvements, and more mods are coming soon with updates. Anyways, moving straight on and past everything else, just to let you know, at this point, me and Will were keeping an eye on the Discord. I have been non-stop keeping an eye on this bloody thing. The entire general chat is slaughter. I can't show it because of the shit that people are saying, so just expect there's a lot. Regarding the Steam release, we're currently waiting on final approval from Steam. The last update we received is that our build has been prioritized, but we don't have the exact timing yet. We're actively monitoring the situation and will update you immediately as soon as it goes live. We expect this to be resolved soon. Thank you for your patience and sorry for the inconvenience. We can't wait to have everyone in game. Now, at this point, yeah, very much so. But at this point, me and Will were looking into it, and I sent him a screenshot of something when I was looking around to see what the timeline roughly is for if a Steam game is to be released. What are the timelines for you to upload the last patch, basically, or the update to be approved before it actually gets released? So, if I can find this, this is what I mean about double type. So many double letters. So, if I go here, this is the release process. So this is what's shown to anyone who's a partner on Steam. So we have release progress, follow the instructions and checklists below to prepare for release. Your store page and game build may be worked on in any order. Please, for more details, please check here. Store presence. In order to post a store page, you will need to complete the following. Complete the checklist below. Submit your store page for review. Please allow 2 to 3 business days. Game build. In order to release your game and make it playable for customers, you will need to complete the following. Upload a playable build. For review, your build should be completely playable and contain all features described on your store page. but it's fine if there are still bugs. You can update any time during and after review. 2. Complete the checklist below. 3. Submit your build for review. Please allow 3 to 5 business days. Release. Once you've completed the following steps, you will be able to release your game here. Store page has been reviewed and approved, and game build page has been reviewed and approved. So that's the steps that they need to take. Me and Will read through that and was like, okay, so why have you done this so late? That was our initial reaction to this. I'd argue very logical, considering this shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, if you have a planned date that you're going to release, and you're a developer, you obviously know of those requirements, so you're gonna have everything ready in time. So it's kind of like, what were they doing? Why was this not all ready to go?
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen this happen, by the way.
Yeah.
So, hey, here, thank you all for enjoying early access version of Beyond Sandbox. We've been gathering all the feedback you're sharing and are already at work on improvements. Multiple patches and new content are on the way. The most challenging part was getting the full mod kit support, physics, and multiplayer cross-play Quest/PC VR and the Sandbox experience in place. Now that all the core systems are ready, we can focus on performance improvements, bug fixes, and new content. We also want you to know that we plan to keep improving Beyond and adding content for years to come. Thank you for your patience. We're just getting started. The roadmap will be available tomorrow. Regarding the Steam version, we've heard back from Steam. About half of the review process is complete and approved, and they're now handling the remaining portion. We're sorry for this delay. This is unusual and unfortunately outside of our control. We'll keep you updated as soon as we hear more. So what do you mean half the review process? Well, according to this, there's only 2 review processes. Game build and store presence. So which is it? I've been refreshing the Steam page every hour. We are still waiting for the text review correlation on our store page to be approved. It would literally take 5 minutes for them to review. I don't know what to say. Sorry about this. As you can see, the build is ready and approved, but without the store page being approved as well, we can't release. We'll continue to push this on our end. So their game build was finally approved. This was a day after release, and they stated that half the review process was done late on the 23rd. So, once again, they did the review process way too late.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a Steam sort of issue.
No, and as the Steam page says, for a store page review, allow 2 to 3 business days.
Yeah.
Anyways, the day after, which was yesterday now, so the 25th. We've been working around the clock to get you an important patch out before the weekend. They threw out a patch for the MetaQuest team. Didn't mention Steam during the entire update. And then, about 10 minutes...
that we questioned as well.
Yeah.
Why is it even on Meta to begin with? With what they plan to do with this, it's kind of a question of, will standalone even be able to manage half the stuff that gets uploaded onto this game?
Most likely not.
So it's kind of like, why are they putting time and resources into it?
They can pull extra money in, that's about it. Just to be straight up, that is usually the reasons.
But at that point, then, it's like they're putting more effort and work into the money-making side of things than the actual game side of things, seeing as it's not even on Steam yet. Now,
Yeah.
if when it finally releases on Steam, it is fantastic. It's really good, and there's like little issues, like most things work as intended, then I will eat my words.
Oh, yeah.
But at this rate, do we see that being the case?
No, not in the slightest.
No, we do not.
So then, finally, he added an update. This, by the way, was... So he posted yesterday at 11:16 this entire patch. Then at 11:21, they started to get so much backlash, they finally uploaded some update on Steam. I understand the frustration with the Steam version, but as we already said, it's out of our control. Doesn't matter if you've already said it, we need constant updates. We're waiting. Our game build has been reviewed and already accepted. Our page has been reviewed already. They're just taking a big time around a revision for 2 sentences. I'll indeed keep you up to date as soon as we have news. 2 sentences.
It just doesn't add up. Like, it doesn't seem like the truth.
No, I get that.
And the whole delay for the Steam version as a whole just sort of seemed like a farce of its own.
Yeah. Now, there's another reason, Will, I was a bit skeptical on this, and I've not brought this up to you yet, but when we were looking at this midweek, you pulled something up to me that was very interesting, which was that the specs had changed.
Yeah. Because it was a 3060 for the recommended, and then suddenly it's 4070, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting that they changed the specs, and that's updated with no problem.
Yeah.
So I'm very intrigued.
See, I personally think that including that spec change, there's a big problem with performance when it comes to the PC version because they underestimated everything that they've got going on in it.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And basically, things must have suddenly like took a turn for the worse, and suddenly it's no longer ready for release because of the performance issues. But if they tell people, "Oh, we're gonna have to delay again because of some things we've changed to make the game look better or whatever, and now we need to work on that," then it's going to be even more backlash.
No, exactly. So I've got like a few people about that have been posting clips and things, and I think some of the clips are interesting, to say the least. As I said, there are plenty of people's footage. I'm tempted to actually show some of that. Actually, I've got a really good idea. I'm going to show some footage from a YouTube channel. I'm going to put the YouTube channel's link in the description afterwards, so you can go check out the full video there. That way it's more than fair for me to show the video, and also we can discuss the points about the mechanics. I think that sounds like a fair plan. So I'm going to use downloadable content, considering I watched his video just this morning, and I thought it showed off exactly why I felt how I do about this. Once again, I'm going to mute this. One of his entire complaints, by the way, is one, he was struggling to get this guy's head to actually react properly, considering he just smashed him in the face. He said the stabbing was fine. He said that's fine, that works okay. Apparently grabbing things feels a bit clunky, just completely. That reaction just seems dog shit.
This is zombie in fairness.
Yeah, that seems a little better, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did an entire bit, by the way, of how long it took to utilize this tablet to get into a game, even if it's single player. He hates the tablet because it took him a minute to show this off.
Yeah, that's not great.
So I think he's just here, yeah. 1 minute just to go through how to load up a game. Don't get me wrong, he's pissing about a little during, but you have to literally use your finger to interact with the tablet.
There's
and
no,
to scroll.
Like, little laser thing that you normally have.
No, exactly. And you've got to actually scroll on it, which is dog shit. Anyways, he'll get in. There's no, like, full... The maps aren't great. That's basically what I'm saying here. They're not designed very good. The ambience, there's no ambient sound at all, which is concerning as fuck. You'd expect at least that.
Yeah, it's a little weird feeling, too.
Yeah.
When you do that. You need something in the background, otherwise it's, like, eerie, almost.
Yeah. Some of the guns apparently just don't feel great. On top of that, all the AI is just very bare bones and boring. They don't do much. I mean, he shot at that guy how many times and the guy's just walking off? It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Actually, just that bit there. He was stood right next to two guys. They're finally returning fire. Cool. That's about as much as it goes. It's so concerning to me that they've done this. Once again, climbing doesn't exist at the moment. So you've got barely any interaction with these things. They've got weird collisions, which you'll see there.
Oh, God.
As you see, you can use your fingers to interact with the ladder, but you can't bloody climb it. It's just so concerning in that way. Oh, there's the little laser. It does appear, just not for the tablet. Only for placing things. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's some little cool elements. Yeah, this is how... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're starting to get a proper understanding now, aren't you, of the concern? He just lightly went to grab him and slapped the back of his head.
Oh my God. It's flinging the arms all over the place.
Yep. Oh, he's dead. Apparently just been picked up, killed him.
It's probably because it snapped his neck whenever the arms spazzed out.
Probably. Yeah, this is how the guy moves. It's so clunky, man. It really is. And I don't get how they showed what they showed, and then you get this. It doesn't hold up the same. This is the zombies, by the way, where there's no zombie spawning at all.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they fucked that.
The wall buys and door buys and stuff look like a child's drawn them. I mean, even the wave thing. It's basically just like Comic Sans on fucking 17 font size. I can't understand it. And the map just doesn't seem too great, honestly. I mean, you keep seeing he's just walking around and the wave numbers just keep rocking up.
They do. The maps do seem a little lacking.
Oh, bye, tablet. Yeah.
And I was expecting like some semi-decent. Like I wasn't expecting some crazy shit that we've been seeing in current games, but I wasn't expecting so much blandness.
Yeah, it's very, very bland. Don't get me wrong. You can blow limbs off your friends. That's pretty cool.
Like, yeah, there's going to be bits to it that are really good, but
yeah,
for what we were told we were gonna hopefully be getting, it's not looking great.
No, it's nothing compared. For as a lot of people in the Discord keep saying, this advertised itself as next generation modding. One, what does that mean?
It's what it says it in their Discord bit.
Yeah. One, what does that mean? Two, how can you call that this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's clunky. The AI needs a hell of a lot of work. There's a lot of problems. I mean, yeah. I feel like that just proves the point. It's sad. As I said, I'll put a link to his channel in the description. He's actually really good. A lot of his videos are really interesting, and I like seeing a lot of VR games that he plays. He's quite funny. So, as I did mention, there is some controversy about this, and you and me discussed this slightly, Will, over the last few days. For example, the guy who was making a lot of the videos, who was the, I think, lead. Yeah, I think he's like one of the lead guys who does the social media. From what I know, he's a YouTuber. He's nothing to do with the dev team. He was just hired to make videos on it. And it's interesting. This is alleged, by the way, from what people have said. But it's interesting. At VR Lad, when will you stop content farming off of Beyond Sandbox? Yeah, a lot of us are looking at this very interested about what the hell's going on. The mods keep replying, but what else can they do other than reply to us and hope and pray we're not going to absolutely slaughter them for it? They've made a lot of mistakes in this, and no one is happy about the state that this is currently in. It would not surprise me if someone especially considering as well, by the way, it turns out a lot of the assets within the game are asset packs that they've just paid for. Which, if that's the truth, and it does seem like that's the case from what people have shown, and the links that lead to them, then it leaves more questions than answers, to be honest with you, about how quickly could someone else throw something like this together. Truthfully. The only thing that I think could take them time is the modding SDK. Just being brutally honest, I think that's what would take people more time than anything else. And that's probably what they were working on for the last 2 years. And if that's the case, that is really sad, to be honest with you. But that's the current state. We're hoping to see more because no one's been able to post anything about PC VR. Apparently there was one guy, but I'll be honest, wasn't good. I watched that video too. I've watched a lot of the clips. As I said to you, Will, I've been keeping an eye and trying my best, but you start losing your will to live.
Yeah, it's not great. Like we were promised a lot, and
We
right
were.
now all we've had is an extra month delay, and then a supposed failed Steam release.
Yeah, exactly that.
And did you even know there was a meta release before?
I knew
until they said.
No, I didn't know.
It just doesn't make sense to me because we see Blade and Sorcery, for example, and that's got a lot of mods going on, and there's mods that are said to not work on the meta side of things, and there's even a different version for Blade and Sorcery that's for meta compared to the Steam version.
Exactly. Just to show this, by the way, this is what I was using as part of the help to figure out what's going on. So if I go to depots here, you can see the different builds that are currently up. So public is the one that they uploaded 3 days ago. You can see the exact time. They basically uploaded it just before it was going to go live. That's not enough time. Yeah. Not in the slightest. And you can always check these things. I mean, for example, if I went to, I'd imagine it should be on here. There we are, resynced. If I go to packages, yeah, so they've only got packages at the moment, but soon they'll be uploading the depot. Any other game that's soon to come out? I think there's one or two. Oh yeah, Sandbox. There we are, Sandbox. This releases in 2 days. The public build was uploaded 3 days ago. It uploads in 2 days. They know
5 days.
Yeah, they know they need to give it 5 days. They also have a staging build, which is for the early access guys, which there's still people playing at the moment. They have different builds for each different update to keep track of where they are on things and how things are going. Logical, makes sense. Fucking keep to shit like this and shit gets easier. Funny how it works, isn't it? So yeah, I'm very disappointed in them. I really am. I'm hoping some of the controversy gets like somewhat cleaned up or cleared up so that, yeah, that too. I just hope we get some answers, to be honest, more than anything else. I'm severely disappointed in the lack of answers we've had. That is just the honest truth of it. I just want answers. That's it. It really is it. There's not much else that I can really add. I just really want some answers on the matter. I'm very disappointed that it's taken this long, to be honest.
Yeah, like they were making it out like this was going to be like unseen content for VR, and the things we were going to be able to do were like none other.
Yeah.
And instead, we've been met with delays, seemingly lies, a really poorly done meta build, and then just no answers.
Yeah,
no answers, disappointment, just lack of information to begin with.
Yeah,
like, we don't care if shit happens and things need to be done. Then that's just how it goes. But don't sit and act like it's not their fault. And, oh, we're waiting on Steam. Nobody waits on Steam. Steam waits on you.
Yeah, pretty much. They give you the guidelines. If you can't follow simple instructions, you are at fault. No one else. Anyways, I'll follow it up with the little bit of good news I found for this week here. So, Claire Obscura Expedition 33 has apparently officially sold 8 million copies in its first year, showcasing the game's popularity and success. Well bloody done to it. It was really well deserved. The game did fantastically. I mean, hey, what else is there to ask for?
No, they had a fantastic fan base with a fantastic game. They did hella well for themselves.
Yeah. Another thing
I'd like to see a game actually do well as well.
Yeah. Another thing I'd like to bring up, actually, it's partially on this list, but not completely. A new game dropped recently called Pragmata. You've probably heard about it.
I've seen a few bits of it.
Yeah. Apparently, it's convincing, or at least interesting a lot of gamers who are guys have now got an interest in actually starting a family because of the father-daughter interaction within the game they found quite sweet. So apparently, yeah, it's going to increase some population counts in some countries, it seems.
You don't need that, bro.
But these are the reviews.
Don't add more.
But these are the reviews, brother. 97% positive out of 8,371 reviews in my language. It's insane. That actually, there's no negative review on the front page.
There you go.
Bloody hell. Yeah, I'm so happy to see it. It's good to see a new game come out and people are absolutely over the moon with it. Everyone's hell-bent on, like, playing it. Everyone thinks it's amazing. And bloody good on them. They've done really well with that. Well done, Capcom. Well done, Mark. Don't know what this bird watching thing's about, but okay. Ubisoft's obvious announcement of Assassin's Creed, and Xbox reevaluating its approach to exclusivity, windowing, and AI as part of brand realignment. Good. All positive news. It's good to hear. I'll be honest, I think I'm going to start making this a segment at the end of every episode if we're covering anything negative, just so we can at least lift our spirits a little bit on some positive things that have gone on the week. I think it's needed at this point.
Right, don't you want to know about Curry's tech talk?
No, I don't. I don't know why it keeps popping up Curry's. I'm getting very confused.
Probably sponsored. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I paid for my monitor that's right in front of my face from them. And a lot of my PC components. It was good fun. But yeah, what a week. I'd say I'm hoping for like better news as time goes on. But let's be honest. There's a couple of releases this month that could be interesting. Other than that, it's a bit of a mess until we start getting a bit later into the year. So all we can do, wait and see, hope for the best. and keep an eye on any positive news that's out there, because as of the moment, the VR industry needs a lot of fucking work, sadly, and there's not much we can do about that.
I mean, we're going to be keeping an eye on Beyond Sandbox, obviously, over the next week until the next episode. Yeah. To be quite frank, I hope this isn't the case. I don't imagine it goes this way, but if it's still not released by the next time we record, be prepared for a lot of strong words said by the community.
Yeah, well, they've already had it, and they've not taken it too well, but they've not removed anyone. They've let them rant, and they've just kind of told them to calm it down. But that's about it. At least I don't think they've removed anyone. They probably have removed a fair few people. It's quieted down a little since how it was the other day, but it's still bad. I mean, I'm just looking over at the Discord at the moment, and someone's put, "Why is the movement so fucking shit?" Which, I mean, it's good to be straight up, mate. Good to be straight up. Appreciate it. So, yeah, it's all fun and games. So we'll just wait and see now, and we'll hope for the best. That's all I can say. But anyways, that's all I've got for this week. Do you have anything you'd like to add on, Will?
I'm sad.
Gaming. We were supposed to be stood playing some VR today.
Yeah. Do you know that war game clip you see, the two guys just stabbing each other like 40 times?
Yeah.
I was fully expecting us just to be doing that all day.
Oh, same. I half expected that to just be the entire day, but no. Thanks.
Got ruined.
Thanks so much, Beyond Sandbox. We really appreciate it.
As I said, though, if the game gets released and all goes well, I will take back everything I said. But as of right now, from our perspective as the customer, it doesn't look good. No,
not in the slightest. As I said, a lot of the things that we have discussed about it are alleged, just by like community and things like that. The asset side of things, the asset side of things has a lot of weight, but it is still alleged. The other side of it is the guy being possibly just a YouTuber who's been paid to promote the game and doesn't actually have much of an interaction. That's alleged.
The stuff we've seen from the meta side of things and how the game is performing isn't good. What we saw in that video is not good.
No, that's just straight up fact. You cannot avoid that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think, over the next week, and we'll wait and see till then. But anyways, with all that said and done, thank you all very much for watching. I'm sorry it's such a disappointing week, but fingers crossed we'll have some better news for next week.
Yeah. Or it'll be worse because it's released and it's just the biggest letdown ever known.
Don't say that.
Could go either way. Things are really up in the air, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, no worries. Right. Anyways, with all that said and done, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, or if you want to keep up to date with gaming news that we cover each week, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. And if you've got anything you'd like to add, feel free to leave it in the comments or in our Discord server, which is in the description.
Yes, good.
Good. Well, thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you all next week.
Bye for now, guys. See you next time.